Well, good Wednesday evening, everyone. Todd Warren here on Facebook Live, as well as hello to everyone watching later on as I am recording this on the, and will be placed within the KTAL Now app. Did have a nice day weather-wise across the Arklatex today, as we did see temperatures warm into the mid to upper 50s, a bit cooler than we've seen the last couple of days, but never fear, that trend is going to reverse itself starting tomorrow, and we're really going to get warm here Friday, this weekend, and most of next week. I'll have the details on a taste of spring temperature-wise. Also coming up, it looks like rain will be limited for most of the next week. A very small chance, probably Tuesday. I'll show you that. And also coming up, our next best chance of rain likely holds off until next Friday. Of course, this is Mardi Gras season here in the Arklatex. What does that mean for the crew of Gemini and all the parades next weekend? I'll share some insight on that as well. And of course, getting deeper into February, we start to worry a little bit more about severe weather. I'll let you know if that's going to be a possibility as well. If you have a question or a comment, feel free to ask away. If you just want to say hello, Todd, that's great too, as we always like to say hello to start things off. And first on board tonight, as usual, is Brian. Hello there, Brian. Betty, hello, watching up there in Union County. Gary, hello. Austin in Plano, Texas. Loving the nice, and got plenty more coming, Austin. It is going to be nice this weekend. I will be working, Austin, so probably not that much, unfortunately. But nonetheless, we'll see. Aaron, hello there, up there in WCOK. Hopefully you're doing okay this evening and enjoying the what very well could be the coldest night that we experienced for quite a while. And we'll take you out a couple weeks, and you'll see why I say that in grain of salt time tonight. Gail, hello there. Hopefully you enjoyed the sunshine that you probably experienced today, and again, will experience again tomorrow. All right, let's get going here and show you, first of all, again, kind of touch on if whether or not we're going to have any worries this coming 10 days. And the answer is not many. As I mentioned, we have our next best chance of seeing a few thunderstorms next Friday. Right now, the severe risk is looking low, as I'll show you that here in a second. Instability is looking somewhat limited. So I'm going to keep that to my level of concern at 2 out of 10. And here's some evidence of the lack of thunderstorm fuel or instability. Normally, I like to see at least 500 if you're going to have at least that marginal risk. It's going to be below that. So again, as of right now, not too much of a concern as far as severe weather. And again, I'll show you the details on how much rain we might see coming up in just a bit. High temperatures today made it to 58 degrees in Shreveport, 57 degrees in Texarkana. The warm spot in Longview at 60. And we're probably going to see the warmest temperatures here over the next few days over the western half of the Arklatex as upper level ridging begins to build in from the north and west. So you're going to be enjoying the low to middle 60s here starting tomorrow, and then the 70s on Friday. Upper level pattern, you can see the trough. We did see quite a few clouds this afternoon. You can see the axis of this trough is now moving through the Arklatex. You can kind of see the clouds here on the satellite picture, and on the back side of that trough, again, this is dry up here. This is where we tend to see all the moisture with these troughs on the right side of that axis. And so we're going to already pretty much clear across the Arklatex. We have this big ridge, which is now over the Great Basin. It is going to weaken, but move right over us here, as I've been telling you for the last couple of nights, later this weekend, Before we get to the surface, I see some more people have joined. Eric says it's now 47 in Colbert, Oklahoma, west of the Arklatex. You're very similar to what we have here. Rusty, beautiful sunshine today. The wind was a bit chilly. I will give you that, Rusty. And quite breezy as well. I did see a few gusts in excess of 20 today. Billy says it was nice and cool but sunny in Taylor, Arkansas. Thanks for that report, Billy. Appreciate it. And Mary, thank you. And you're quite welcome, and thank you for watching. All right, let's move on and show you the weather map here with the highs, lows on top of, and fronts on top of Futurecast. And notice how quiet it is with that ridge over the western half of the country. Just wall-to-wall sunshine there. And you can see that low off the coast of North Carolina moving away. And really the only significant weather along the Great Lakes. Got a little bit of rain over towards Las Vegas and San Francisco, but other than that, looking okay. You can see that as we move through Friday, another front. This basically is just this front is going to warm us up, cause some compression, which will warm us up on Friday. And behind it, we will get a little bit cooler Saturday, but we're going to stay well above normal, just not as warm as what's on the way for Friday. And you can see that front continuing to move to the south, but it won't produce anything as far as rain, which is good news. And then as we move through Saturday, you can see the quiet weather continues for the vast majority of the country. A little bit of disturbance moving into the Pacific Northwest Saturday afternoon. And of course, Saturday night still looks pretty nice across most of the U.S. That disturbance starts to impact the northern Rockies heading into Sunday morning. And this is going to take us through the Super Bowl Sunday. And you can see the game's about at here, I believe, a little bit south of San Francisco. So it does look like the weather is going to cooperate there, as this disturbance over the Pacific Northwest is going to stay to the north. All right, let's show you the up close and personal view here, and this is going to go fast because there's smooth sailing here. You can see the clear sky tonight, and with the light wind tonight, the clear sky, dew points right now in the low 30s, at least the last time I looked. That's going to allow temperatures to dip down close to freezing tonight. And probably some 20s over the northern parts of the area. Tomorrow, with that wind shifting around to the west, southwest, we will warm back up into the 60s. We will see a quiet night tomorrow night, but not as cold. We'll bottom out in the 40s. And then on Friday, you can see the sunshine continuing, even though that frontal boundary is going to be making its way into the area. And you can see the wind shift behind that front. It might see a few clouds Saturday morning, but those won't last very long, as we'll see lots of sunshine Saturday. Looks pretty nice for the Centaur Parade here in Shreveport, with temperatures in the mid-60s, actually probably mid to upper 60s Saturday afternoon and evening, at least during the afternoon, obviously dropping during the evening. And then on Sunday, we will see another warm-up with the southwesterly wind returning. We will likely warm back up into the 70s. All right, let's see who else has chimed in. Carol. You got it, Carol, and I got plenty more on the train coming your way, so get ready for that. Anthony, greetings. Betty, Betty says down to a chilly 41 in Louisville, Arkansas. Appreciate that, Betty. Gene is in Colorado now, and he says there's no snow there. So it looks like you have smooth sailing, Gene, for your trip home. No ice, no NATOs. That's a good plan. Brad in WCOK is also tuning in tonight. So hello there, Brad. Hopefully you enjoyed the sunshine that we had today. All right, that being said, let's switch the grain of salt time, where we take you out a little bit farther, show you the rain snow numbers, and you can see that ridge, how it's going to break down, but kind of the axis of that ridge is centered just to the west of the Arklatex here Saturday afternoon. Once that moves through, the southwesterly flow behind it is going to bring us more in terms of clouds starting on Monday. And you can see this first disturbance here. The models are in pretty good agreement that we might see a little bit of rain, but not much. And then a second disturbance behind it will give us a better shot for some rain on Friday. And not really too concerned for reasons I've already shown you about severe weather for Friday. But again, with temperatures probably in the 60s, it's something to keep an eye on. But right now, it looks okay. And the good news is, as we head into Saturday, of course, we got the Gemini Parade Saturday and the Highland Parade Sunday. We are going to be looking at that disturbance moving out a little bit cooler, but still probably above normal both days, with highs in the 60s. But as right now, looks like we are going to be dry. Speaking of dry and the opposite of dry, let's take a look at the rainfall numbers. First, the outlook from the Weather Prediction Center, which will take us through next Wednesday. And this will cover Tuesday's disturbance. Notice how low the numbers are. Most locations, 0, might see 100th or so over the middle part of the Arklatex. So that kind of is evidence that WPC also agrees that Tuesday's disturbance is not going to bring much. So all of the rain that we're going to see here in the next 10 days will come from the Friday disturbance. And you can see the Blenda models shows amounts less than 1/4 of an inch over the southwestern third of the area, a quarter to a half an inch over the middle third of the area, and a half an inch to an inch over the northeastern, we'll say quarter of the area. So it has the heaviest rain over the northern parts of the region. And the lack of heavy rain here is also evidence that any thunderstorms that we have won't last very long and probably won't be very intense. Looking at the individual models, things are pretty packed together here from DeQueen south to Natchitoches, that we will see a half an inch to maybe an inch. So it's looking pretty certain we're going to get something, and the chances are it's going to be, I would plan on right around a half an inch is what I kind of expect to see, just based on the numbers that you see here. So that's what it looks like as far as rain for the next 10 days. Let's take you out 2 weeks as far as rain with the GFS model. And you can see it is showing another wave of rain past day 10 here. So two week total shows a half an inch to maybe an inch and a half, with the heaviest totals over the northwest. Now, take this with a huge grain of salt. The GFS longer range tends to be a little fickle, does change a lot. Case in point, I think Monday it had 4.5 inches of rain for the 10-day period on DeQueen. Next day it came in at a quarter of an inch, and I think it's at a quarter of an inch right now. So again, take that with a little bit of a grain of salt. That's why it's important to look at more than just one model. Let's switch gears for you snow fans. Any left? Well, of course, we're in February now, and the window of opportunity for snow is beginning to shut, since the days are getting longer faster, and we're starting to get warmer faster as we start to approach the spring equinox, which occurs in March, obviously. But you can see the next 10 days, blend of models shows absolutely nothing. Look at all the different models here, and still goose eggs on the board. So if you're sick of the winter weather that we have already had, good news for you. And take you out 2 weeks here with the GFS, and it also shows no sign of snow. So I think this will take us through this is the 4th. That'll be the 18th of February. Looking kind of doubtful that we'll see anything more as far as wintry weather here, at least the way it looks right now. All right, now keep in mind that with the ice the winter storm that we just had, models really didn't start picking up on it until 8 or 9 days away from it. So there's still time to see some changes, but right now it doesn't look like we'll see any or any more. Let's see. Brad says that wind had a little bite today. I agree. Matt, no concerns for Houston next week. You have to keep an eye on Friday, but as of right now, not really too concerned at this point. Let's take a look at temperatures here, and this is the good news. This is the 2 weeks worth of temperatures from the European ensembles, and you can see 33 tonight, and we will not get anywhere near that here after tonight, and this will take us through the 18th of February. Most nights will be in the upper 40s to even 50s. Notice some nights the lows will be closer to the normal high than the normal low. Normal high now 60, the normal low is now 39. Both will soon go up a degree. But nonetheless, most days here in the next couple of weeks will feature highs in the 70s if the Euro ensembles are correct. GFS ensembles not quite as warm, although they do keep us rather persistently warm next week, cooling us off next weekend. Actually, I think I have 65 for next Friday and Saturday, so we'll see how that plays out. There are other models which go out, to 10 days that are a little bit cooler, but still, agreement here that we're not going to get anywhere near freezing again. So it is quite possible that tonight could be, for some of us, the last night that we dip below freezing this winter season. I'm not saying that's definitely, I wouldn't bet the house on that by any means, but it's definitely a possibility. So that's what it looks like as far as temperatures are concerned here, moving out during the next couple of weeks. Kaylee. I have you trained well, Kaylee. Great. I like the grain of salt. But what's it looking like for the 14th, 15th? I've seen some things. I really have not looked, Kaylee, that far out. I can take a quick peek here. I'll look at one model that I tend to trust in the that far out here on my computer and see if I can see anything really quickly. Let's see. Go out to 14th and 15th, you said. Let me go to the morning run and let's see. Okay, I don't see anything. Again, that Friday, that's the 13th, there we will have a chance for a few thunderstorms, but stability is looking somewhat limited at this time. That would be exiting Friday, and I don't see anything for next weekend. If that's, hopefully you're talking about February 14th and not March 14th. I don't, as of right now, Kaylee, again, we will have a chance for a few storms Friday. As I mentioned at the top, my level of worry with that is 2 out of 10, so I'm not too concerned. And that disturbance should be clear of our area by the 14th and 15th. Matt, same applies to you. No worries down there. Please be nice, Mother Nature. Gail, that is a good request. Right now, Kaylee, it looks okay for the Highland Parade. Again, this is the GFS ensembles, and you can see that Sunday it has 68 for the high temperature and probably partly cloudy. Now, keep in mind for the Gemini Parade, this system on Friday, sometimes things get slid back some. So everybody with interest on the parade, either going or participating in, should keep an eye on that Friday disturbance in case there are some changes and it's possible timing, estimated time of arrival, so to speak. All right, let's take a look at my forecast here, looking at all the information I just presented to you, and you can see that tonight is looking mostly clear. It will be cold with temperatures below normal. 34 degrees tonight in Shreveport, 32 in Marshall, 31 in Texarkana. Up there in McCurtain County, 29 in Idabel, 26 in DeQueen, 29 degrees also for the low temperature tonight in both Hope and Magnolia. We'll see, again, probably several locations, probably even most locations tonight dipping to or below freezing, minus Shreveport, it looks like. As far as tomorrow, we will see lots of sunshine, and we begin that warming trend with the westerly wind up close to 10 miles per hour. Highs will be mainly in the lower 60s, a little bit warmer west. You can see Mount Pleasant, Longview, Henderson all coming in at 63 tomorrow, 62 for the high temperature in Shreveport, and probably around 61 degrees for the high in Texarkana. Normal high stuck at 60, but again, that's going to be going up here pretty soon. Here's my 10-day forecast, which will take you out through next Saturday. And you can see the good chance of rain Friday that could linger into Friday night. Iffy chance of rain Tuesday. Notice the big warm-up with the westerly wind Friday, 77 for the high. That boundary comes through Friday evening, Friday night. And we will see a small cool down Saturday into the upper 60s. I would not be shocked to see 70s again Saturday. And you can see the lows at night warming up into the 50s as we move into the beginning of next week, as daytime highs will kind of settle into the middle 70s. Because of the clouds and the rain, we will see the temperatures on next Friday cool off into the mid-60s. And again, with a cooler start next Saturday morning, temperatures will probably stay in the mid-60s for daytime highs to begin next weekend for the crew of Gemini Parade. Right now, looking partly cloudy. Not too bad as far as the wind, and 65 degrees for the parade next Saturday. So that is the whole story. Brad says it's currently 34 degrees in WCOK. That's kind of chilly, Brad. No doubt you're going to make it into the 20s tonight. So if you like the cold, cherish tonight is all I have to say. Well, that is pretty much it. As I mentioned, looks like smooth sailing for most of the next 10 days, with our next best chance of rain coming next Friday. Keep an eye on that disturbance. If we're going to have any issues with thunderstorms and severe weather, that would be the one that would bring it. As of right now, I think the chances are on our side that we will not have too much to worry about if there are issues, they're probably going to be to the east of the Arklatex as we look ahead to Friday and Friday night and even into next Saturday, but nothing really too much to worry about here. But of course, that is towards the end of the 10-day period, which of course is in grain of salt time, so things very well could change. So as always, I appreciate everyone watching tonight. That will do it for me tonight. Hopefully you get outside and enjoy that sunshine tomorrow. It will be a little bit warmer, and if you can't do it tomorrow, definitely make a point to do it either Friday or this weekend. So until tomorrow night, have a great Thursday. Good night, everyone.